if the predictions are correct, which I think that I've already predicted, I think the market's going to crash. I think that the cool down is the
market is going to crash.
I think that the cool down is a precursor to what's to come.
The market is going to crash.
Yes, that's what I think.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association.
Welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 111.
111.
With some powerful numbers.
Yes.
111. This is your show today.
Yes.
Real
we're
Estate
excited.
Wednesday.
Real Estate Wednesday. Are you guys ready to talk real estate?
They going crazy. Like, they on their couch, they feet kicking right now, everything. Like, if you're on right now, make sure you like, comment, and
subscribe.
Make sure down in the comment section you hashtag YMA Nation so you can go into our August drawing, cash drawing, free cash. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at our YMA Nation page.
Do it.
And if you share, like, and comment on the post on the Facebook page, your name will go into the drawing 3 times. So for each activity, your name goes into the drawing.
You got that? You got it.
I think they got it. Last thing is down in the description, check out the Good Vibrations.
Good vibrations.
Good vibrations. You click the link, it'll take you right to the video. Make sure you like. Make sure you leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts on that hot video. Joe Wallace featuring Major Maestro. So let's get into the show today. Real Estate Wednesday.
Okay, we're gonna have some information today for you guys.
Okay.
Information and predictions.
They love that.
I know. So Q4 2021 housing market cool down.
Cool down.
Ooh.
Let's see the cool down. So
ooh. Cool down.
Cool down. Because it's been hot.
It's been hot. They came in and it's been going since like the end of last year.
Yeah.
So I think we're starting to see a downtrend.
Okay.
We're seeing the market kind of level out.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about some different things that are happening that is causing this cool down, so to speak, and how that is a positive thing for the buyers and a not so positive thing for the sellers.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just going over a little bit of data. Historically, the housing market slows down in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
We see this just because people are getting settled, kids going back to school, families are already established where they want to be.
Right.
So they're not really going to move at the beginning of the school year or right as the school year starts. I know a lot of people have gone to homeschool, so that doesn't really impact them as much, but it can. So you get in more of people getting ready for holiday season, your Thanksgiving and Christmas. So they don't want to be moving in between all of that time.
Right.
So fall tends to be a bit of a slower time, your fall into your winter seasons.
Okay.
However,
not for the pyramid group, because the pyramid group stay selling homes all year long.
This is like for nationally, I think, because we tend to see an uptick in those seasons for, whatever reason. Those have been when
it's just constant buyers.
Buyers. So, it's different for different people.
You want me to tell you why?
Why?
So, this is my assumption on why is that when someone's trying to buy a home, we see an uptick in the people that are signing up for credit in February, March, and April. So if it takes 6 to 9 months to get their file complete, then boom, it falls in the fall of Q4 for them to be buying their house.
Right. There you go.
Give it to Joe. And sorry to cut into your show, but I just want to toss in a plug. If you're interested in becoming a homeowner and you need to improve your credit, make sure you contact Masters Credit Consultants at 864-249-9466. You can also check them out online at www.masterscredit.com.
That's right.
And for you future home owners, or if you're trying to sell your current home,
The Pyramid Group with Keller Williams, 864-249-1437.
bam.
There you go.
Hashtag let's go.
All right. So, a little bit more, and I'm just trying to get information to you guys too, so that you understand when we go into different shows and talk about different things, you're informed as well. So it's not like we're just throwing a bunch of
Right.
ideas and things at you that you need to do without backing up the data.
Right.
So home prices nationwide, including distressed properties. So all you investors out there, they're like, I want to find the best deals. I want to get this home that fix and flips, fix and rents, including distressed properties, grew by 17.2%. So from June of 2020 to June of 2021, the property values grew by 17.2%.
Wow. Looks like a smart
Including
investment on any purchases,
distressed properties.
including distressed properties.
Right. So there weren't deals out there. Or
Right.
there aren't deals
Those
out
great
there.
deals that,
Right.
that people
Because the
used to look
market's
for.
hot. There's not a lot of inventory. And so even your distressed property that people were able to get for $120,000, $130,000, flip it, sell it for $175,000 to $200,000, they're not there,
Right.
right? Or
Or
they've
they're
gone
not
up in
as
price,
as
affordable.
available as it was previously. Too.
Right.
Right.
Those same distressed properties are now selling like $140,000 to $160,000. So because they've increased.
Right. Because the overall
Right.
market.
So the prices are beginning to decelerate. So this is part of the cool down.
Cool down. Let's talk about the cool
Let's talk about the cool down.
down.
So you're seeing that prices are starting to decelerate, and also in the madness of the market that we've had, we talk about people that were offering over asking price. We talked about people multiple offer situations, so they. Were dropping contingencies and things like that. A lot of buyers backed out of the market. So when you have buyers who just get tired of dealing with the stress that comes with that, or they weren't in a position to go 10, 20, 30, $50,000 over asking price or appraisal.
When the asking price way over what the appraisal is.
Right.
Yeah.
Then you have those people who say, okay, well, I'm just going to rent for another year and I'll try again later. Right.
Yeah. Waiting for that cool down period.
They are.
The cool
They
down
are.
period.
So, that has now caused homes to sit on the market for longer periods of time. So where you could have seen homes sitting on the market for
3 days.
not even, now they may sit on the market for a week to 2 weeks. And this is like an average, right? So this impacts the sellers because these sellers who have heard nothing but the past few almost year now, oh, the market's hot. You're going to get over asking. You're going to get this. You're going to get that. Now that the market's starting to digress a bit, they're not able to do that. I've read on a lot of boards that I'm on with different agents, and they're all saying the same thing. The market is gradually slowing back down. It's leveling out. Their properties are sitting. They're thinking something's wrong because their property's been on the market for a week and doesn't have any offers.
Right.
But, you've had a lot of buyers back out of the market. I know from just personally working with buyers, they got really, frustrated with the market as it was, or it just wasn't the market for them. It wasn't the market for them to be in. And I put that the buyers are also becoming less reckless with their decision making.
Right.
So I don't know if you recall when we were talking about the pros and cons of not doing contingencies and not doing appraisals and things like that on the property.
Right. I do recall, and I think now that there's time and you're not in a war where you're trying to bid over this person, over 5 people, now there's time to make smart decisions now. And not just oh, well, I'm going to skip this contingency, and if I'm moving and the air don't work right in a week from now, then I just deal with it. So now people are going back to possibly going back to making smarter decisions.
Right.
But this is upcoming, talking about Q4. Right.
Yeah. And what I think that's going to do as well, when you talk about prices digressing back to a bit better than what they were, but you've also got to think how that impacts all the homes that sold with these people paying $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over asking price.
Right.
How does that impact, the actual market value of homes?
So from my standpoint, I would think if the comps on a house say is $300,000, and I put in an offer for $340,000 because I want to make sure I outbid everyone, and I want this house. And then the market is starting to cool back down, and then the comps in that area is $260,000, $270,000. And so now instead of my property appreciating, my property is depreciating. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So
hold on. Which one is it?
I know.
That's a long.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Chirp. That's
That
a long
is.
chirping.
But I think you're right because all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
So
I know
yeah,
people.
for
I know.
actually, that's a good one for the depreciation. But not to say it like that though, because if someone just purchased a home and their property is depreciating, that's not a good thing.
Right. And the thing is, even with the new construction, just me, myself, and my team, and I always try to be informational to them, is the struggles even with getting new construction to appraise, even with getting the new builds to appraise. So you've had some properties that were, being built, and you would think with the price increases and all of that, they would be building some equity during that time.
Mm-hmm. Which they did a little.
In some cases, but in some cases not. They weren't appraising.
Mm.
So the problem came in that the new construction started not appraising. So now the builders have these appraisal contingencies saying, hey.
Well, let me ask you this. So when you say it's not appraising, if a home is being built for $270 and I could still bid like $300 on that house?
Well, you don't really bid
on a new build. So when there's people, okay, so we're talking about two different things. So on a home that's built, that's done, and it's like 10 years old,
right?
On that type of property, and that's where people are going into like these bidding wars, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that answers my question. I answered my own question with a little bit of logic, critical thinking. Really, none of your help. I figured it all out. I figured it all out on my own.
Two more things that are important. If the predictions are correct, which I think that I've already predicted, I think the market's going to crash. I think that the cool down is the
market is going to crash.
I think that the cool down is a precursor to what's to come.
The market is going to crash.
Yes, that's what I think.
Go ahead.
I've already said that, though.
Yes. We had a show on that. Yeah, you actually did an episode on that.
I stand to that. I think that the market is going to, I think at the end of the year, and this is what's important about Q4, is that all of the forbearance thing on these mortgages are going to stop. You have a lot of states that are uplifting the eviction policies that were in place during COVID.
And Congress say they are not extending.
Yeah. And, I mean, but you have to look at it from both sides, and that's a different topic for a different day. Mm-hmm. But, you know, there was no relief for the owners of properties that weren't getting paid rent. They just had to pay their mortgage notes, you know. A lot of that didn't pertain to investment properties. It pertained to your personal properties, but not investment properties. So a lot of these property investors were complaining because they had no relief. They still had to pay the mortgage on the property, but there was no relief for them. And some mortgage companies, some mortgage companies didn't offer forbearance. Like, you either paid or oh well.
Whether you were the property owner or an investor.
Yeah. So, also, the rates are going to go back up. So, they're going back up a little bit at a time, in small increments. But by 2022, probably like the mid to late 2022, we're going to see those continue to trend back up from where they are right now, which is going to impact buying power for buyers. So they're going to have to create or somehow put price points in place that are going to suit buyers. So buyers have had more buying power because the rates have been so low.
Right.
Right. So even if the price of the properties go up with the rates so low, buyers could afford to get into those properties. Well, if your rates go back up, but you keep the prices the same, then you're going to knock a lot of buyers out, and then you're going to have a lot of buyers with no inventory.
You know what's interesting is, to me, from my perspective, it seems like a cycle. It's like a continuous cycle. Like within every 10 years, you see like this happen. Mm-hmm. You know, so, and this is, if you just go back through the 90s, the 2000s, like there's always a bubble. There's always some type of, right? So the rates go up, rates go down, you know, so it's always those things that continuous go around in a loop.
And what's the last point I want to make is, as I was researching the data on this, one of the firm outline in the market cooling down was being prepared. Buyers need to be prepared in advance. If you want to get in when the market cools down, you can't wait till the market cools down and then try to get prepared to buy. You have to be prepared to buy, and then when the market cools down, you're in the position to get the good deals.
Right.
So that goes back to all of the topics that we have on the shows, on all of the shows. Every other episode, we talk about being over-prepared and putting yourself in a position to be where you want to be. And here, another article clearly laid out, buyers need to be prepared for the cool down. So
be ahead of life.
Right.
Be ahead of life. So when life happens, you are there already, and you are prepared to take advantage of any opportunities.
So buyers, get ready. We are ready to rock and roll with you during the cool down.
The cool down. Hold on, I got to do my cool voice again.
Okay.
The cool down period. Q4, that's quarter 4. That's the last 3 months of the year. October, November, and December. That's the cool down period. We shall see.
We shall
so
see.
We'll have to come back, and it'll probably be episode number like 130 something maybe. And then we can come back and like, back in August, I predicted that that was going to happen, and this is what's actually happening in the market right now.
Yep.
So
sounds good.
Good show today.
Thank you guys for joining and listening. Get your information, utilize it. Call us if you need help.
What's the number again?
864-249-1437.
There you go, guys. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It definitely helps the show. Hashtag YMA Nation in the comment section. Make sure you check out Good Vibration.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.